Welcome to another episode of Going Hot. Today we're shooting the Ruger SP101 357 Magnum. Going Hot! Today on Going Hot we're shooting the Team Never Quit 110 grain Frangible hollow point in plus P38 Special. We'll be using our Ruger 357 Magnum SP101. So let's get that store-bought blue jeans. Yeah, well, they're store-bought blue jeans. Sorry, it's kind of cold. Store-bought rutabaga. It's not a very big one, but it's covered with wax. That should give them a little extra protection. And get them clad in our blue jeans, guys. And go hot! Yeah, it's cold. There's nothing like a good negative sub-zero day to get your blood pumping. You ready? Going hot! Let's see what we got left here of the rutabaga. But he lost half of his business. We got the incoming and the outgoing. Let's see where we're at over here. Well. This is going to be an interesting one. And a cold one. I should have brought a baggie with me. So we went through 2 water bottles, it looks like. Not like last week where I couldn't tell whether it was 2 or 3. Yeah, it was 3, not 2, I think. Yeah, we'll pour all the water in my hand. Okay, now we got something. And I call that one as intact. So we went through 2 water bottles and here's the expansion. Yeah, I call that expansion, all right. Since it's sub-zero outside and Mr. Holster's getting cold, let's go back to the shop and talk about it, guys. Well, here we are in Jack's studio. Jack's not back from SHOT Show, so I decided I'd come in here because it's warmer. Yeah, sub-zero in the double digits today, so yeah, the shop's really cold, and it's really cold this year because I can't afford to heat it like I could last year. So there we have that. This is the firearm we were shooting today down there. The Ruger SP101. It's got a 2 1/4 inch barrel, fixed sights, solid stainless steel, a 5-shot cylinder, and these nice rubber grips with the plastic insert. Yeah, that Ruger's been putting on them since 1988. Today we're shooting the Team Never Quit 38 Special plus P 110 grain Frangible hollow point round. Yeah, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Interesting. I thought we'd do it today because a couple of reasons. Number one, it's interesting what it did, which we'll talk about in a second. But before that, I'm going to talk about frangible ammunition because it's something that I really had very little knowledge about before I built the hard target range, and I was looking for a sporting target ammunition that could be used out there that wouldn't have any harmful effects on the environment, i.e. no lead. So that led me to the frangible ammunition, and there's a lot of benefits to it besides the fact it has no lead in it. The most important one being in the sporting world is that you can shoot it at those beautiful AR-500 steel hard targets by Hard Target, and when it hits a surface harder than itself, that bullet will just pulverize. So you don't get any ricochets, you don't get any bounce back that could hurt somebody. Makes it very good ammo also to shoot in an indoor shooting range where you have concrete floors, ceiling, and walls for the same reason. This ammunition is made by a company named Centerfire, and the Centerfire bullets, they make the bullets. The Centerfire bullets are made out of 90% copper and 10% tin. A lot of the frangible ammunition I've been shooting at the hard target range is made out of a combination of copper and polymer. Same effect, it pulverizes when it hits something harder than itself. The ammunition we're shooting today is a little bit different in that when Centerfire makes that bullet out of copper and tin, they have a solid copper tin bullet like this here. This happens to be a 10 mm. They'll take that bullet and they'll make one to shoot at soft targets by turning it into a hollow point by just drilling out the center of the bullet. And that's what we have here. That leads us to what we're shooting today, the 38 Special Plus P hollow point, 110 grain. That's a solid copper tin bullet that they've drilled a hollow point in. And I'm making a point of that because on Team Never Quit's website, they talk about what happens to the bullet when it is shot into something like ballistic gel, a soft target. The bullet immediately fragments, and it fragments right down to the base of where they've drilled the hollow point out. The fragments will travel approximately 6 inches in their tests, and the remainder of the bullet will travel another 6 to 8 inches. That leads us to what happened today when we shot the Rutabaga clad in blue jeans. Let's get to that round, pull it out and take a peek at it. And I got it in this little jar because, yeah, there's a lot of pieces, 8 pieces to be exact. And we'll let you see them if I can. The light cooperates. There's 7 fragments that were the portion that was around that hollow point that was drilled out. Remainder is a 58 grain base of the bullet, and if you look at the very center of the bullet, you can see, there we go, you can see where that drill bit hit the bottom to drill out that hollow point. Just as they said on the Centerfire website that that's what would happen, and it did, and the concept of that is it gives you a round that if this is fired and you miss the target and it hits something harder than itself, it'll pulverize just like the original round does. But when you shoot it into a soft target, you get it fragmenting, and the base still gives you the depth of penetration desired. There you go. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Going Hot. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Going Hot. Till next time, from Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe.